The ultimatum, the warning, came without ceremony or diplomatic courtesy. At precisely 14:32 GMT on a Tuesday afternoon, every screen on Earth flickered to life with the same message. The being that appeared was tall and skeletal, with armor that gleamed like polished obsidian. Its voice carried the weight of absolute authority. Primitive species of the third planet, the creature began. Its words translated by technology that had somehow bypassed every security system humanity possessed. I am Overlord Zephix of the Krillian Empire. Your world has been selected for integration into our domain. You have 72 of your rotations to prepare your leaders for submission. Resistance will be met with extinction. The transmission ended as abruptly as it began, leaving 8 billion humans staring at blank screens in stunned silence. Within minutes, emergency protocols activated across the globe. World leaders scrambled to contact each other. Military bases went too high. Alert and panic began to spread through major cities. But in a fortified command center buried 3 kilometers beneath the Colorado Rockies, Captain Sarah Chen watched the transmission with grim satisfaction rather than fear. She had been preparing for this moment for the past 15 years. It's finally happening, she said to the assembled officers around her. The underground facility hummed with activity as dozens of personnel worked at holographic displays and quantum computers. Admiral Webb, what's the status of Project Defiance? Admiral Marcus Webb, a weathered man in his 60s with steel-gray hair and intense blue eyes, consulted his tablet. The Humanity's Fury is currently stationed at the Ceres facility. All systems are operational. Crew is at full readiness. Commander Tanaka reports they can be underway in 6 hours. Excellent. Captain Chen turned to address the room. Ladies and gentlemen, for 15 years we've prepared for this exact scenario. While the world above believes we're defenseless, we've been building something the galaxy has never seen before. Dr. Elena Vasquez, the chief scientist whose breakthrough in quantum engineering had made everything possible, stepped forward. Captain, the energy signatures from their ship suggest technology roughly equivalent to our projections. The graviton drives are functioning within acceptable parameters, and the neural interface systems are responding perfectly. Chen nodded. The neural interface technology had been humanity's secret weapon. While other species relied on traditional controls and manual systems, humans had developed something unprecedented, a direct mental link between pilot and ship. It was dangerous, requiring specially trained individuals with unique neural patterns. But it gave human vessels response times that were theoretically impossible. Signal the Fury, Chen ordered. Tell Commander Tanaka it's time to show the galaxy what happens when you threaten humanity's children. 6 million kilometers away, beyond the asteroid belt, the most advanced warship ever constructed by human hands began its journey toward Earth. The Humanity's Fury was a testament to human ingenuity and determination. At 2 kilometers long, it was built with revolutionary technology that combined traditional human engineering with breakthroughs in quantum physics and exotic matter manipulation. Commander Yuki Tanaka sat in the ship's neural interface chamber, her body connected to the vessel through dozens of fiber optic cables. At 34, she was the youngest person ever to qualify for the Neural Link program. But her reflexes and mental adaptability were unmatched. As the ship's systems synchronized with her thoughts, she felt the familiar sensation of becoming something more than human. All stations report ready, Commander, her executive officer announced through the ship's communication system. Engineering confirms the quantum drives are stable. Weapon systems are fully charged. We're ready to show these aliens what human determination looks like." Tanaka smiled, her consciousness expanding to encompass the entire vessel. Through the ship's sensors, she could perceive space in ways no unenhanced human could imagine. Set course for Earth. Maximum acceleration. It's time to introduce ourselves to the Krillian Empire. Back on Earth, the 72-hour countdown had begun. World leaders attempted to make contact with the alien vessel, but their communications were ignored. The massive Krillian ship, roughly 3 kilometers long and bristling with weapon systems, maintained a geosynchronous orbit above Earth's largest population centers. Fear gripped the planet as people realized that humanity's fate hung in the balance. Stock markets crashed, governments declared martial law, and millions of people fled major cities. Religious leaders proclaimed the end times, while scientists desperately tried to understand the alien technology. But Captain Chen remained calm. In her underground command center, she had spent her entire adult life preparing for this moment. Ever since the day astronomers had detected the first signs of alien activity in nearby star systems, while politicians debated and diplomats negotiated, she had convinced world leaders to fund the most ambitious military project in human history. "Captain," her communications officer reported, "the Krillian ship is broadcasting again." The skeletal figure of Overlord Zephyx appeared on the main screen once more. "Humans of Earth, your primitive attempts at communication have been noted and dismissed. You have 60 hours remaining to prepare your submission. Any attempt at resistance will result in the immediate elimination of your major population centers." The transmission ended, but this time Chen was ready with a response. "Open a channel to the Krillian vessel," she ordered. It's time they learned that Earth isn't as helpless as they believe. Within moments, she was staring at the alien commander. Zephix's multiple eyes focused on her with what might have been amusement. "A military leader speaks for your species. How primitive. You wish to negotiate the terms of your surrender." "I wish to deliver a message," Chen replied calmly. "Earth does not submit to threats. We do not bow to tyrants. And we are not as defenseless as you believe." The alien's chitinous features twisted in what might have been laughter. "Your species has barely achieved interplanetary travel. Your weapons are chemical and kinetic. Your ships are slow and fragile. What possible defense could you mount against the might of the Krillian Empire?" "You'll find out soon enough," Chen said. "I suggest you use your remaining time to reconsider your position. Earth has been preparing for visitors like you for longer than you realize." Zephix's multiple eyes narrowed. "Impossible. Our intelligence indicates your species has no significant military capabilities beyond your planetary surface. Your largest vessels are cargo haulers and research stations. Your intelligence is incomplete," Chen replied. "You've made the mistake of underestimating humanity. It's a mistake that will cost you dearly." The alien commander's demeanor shifted subtly. For the first time, Chen detected uncertainty in his voice. "You bluff. No species develops significant military capability without leaving detectable signatures. Our sensors have mapped your entire solar system, have they?" Chen smiled. "Tell me, Overlord, what do you know about quantum stealth technology? What about neural interface systems? Have your species mastered the art of hiding massive installations?" In plain sight, Zephix's silence stretched for several seconds. When he finally spoke, his voice carried a note of concern. "You speak of technologies beyond your apparent development level. This is deception. In 36 hours, you'll learn the truth," Chen said. I strongly advise you to withdraw from our system while you still can. Earth is not some primitive world to be conquered. We are humanity, and we do not yield." The communication ended, leaving Zephyx staring at a blank screen. For the first time in his military career, he felt a flicker of doubt. Could these primitive humans truly possess advanced military capabilities? His intelligence reports had been thorough, but the human leader's confidence was unsettling. Scanned the outer system again, he ordered his tactical officer. "Look for any anomalies, any signs of hidden installations or vessels. If these humans are hiding something, I want to know what it is." Meanwhile, the humanity's fury continued its approach to Earth. Commander Tanaka pushed the ship's quantum drives to their maximum. Safe velocity. Her consciousness merged with the vessel's systems in a way that would have been impossible for any other species. The ship's revolutionary design allowed it to move through space with unprecedented speed and agility. "Time to Earth intercept?" she asked through the neural link. 34 hours, 17 minutes at current velocity, her navigation officer responded. "Will arrive well within the deadline. Perfect. Signal Captain Chen that we're on schedule, and prepare the crew for combat. When we reveal ourselves to the Krillians, they're going to respond with everything they have." As the hours passed, tension built across the solar system. The Krillian ship maintained its threatening position above Earth, while humanity's secret weapon raced through the void toward its destiny. Neither side fully understood what they were about to face, but both knew that the next day would determine the fate of humanity. Captain Chen spent the remaining hours coordinating with world leaders, ensuring that civilian populations were as protected as possible, and running final checks on the humanity's fury systems. Everything they had worked, for everything they had sacrificed would be tested in the coming battle. The countdown continued, each passing hour bringing them closer to the moment when humanity would either prove itself worthy of freedom or face extinction at the hands of an alien empire. But Chen felt no fear, only determination. Earth had been preparing for this moment for 15 years, and they would not be found wanting. The galaxy was about to learn that humanity would never bow. The reckoning. The humanity's fury dropped out of quantum drive at the edge of Earth's solar system with precision that defied conventional physics. Commander Yuki Tanaka felt the ship's systems respond to her thoughts as naturally as breathing. Through the neural interface, she was the ship, and the ship was her. Every sensor, every weapon, every defensive system operated as extensions of her will. All stations, report status, she commanded through the mental link. Engineering nominal, drives at full capacity, came the response from her engineering crew. Weapons systems charged and ready. Defensive screens at maximum efficiency. Excellent navigation. Plot an intercept course for the Krillian vessel. Stealth systems to full activation. Let's see how long it takes them to notice us. The humanity's fury engaged its quantum stealth systems, technology that bent light and sensor beams around the ship's hull. To any observer, the massive vessel would appear as nothing more than empty space. It was a capability that had taken humanity's greatest minds 15 years to develop, and it was about to be tested against an alien empire. Back on Earth, Captain Chen monitored the situation from her command center. The Krillian ship had been increasingly active, conducting deep scans of the solar system. Overlord Zephyx was clearly troubled by their previous conversation, but his scans still showed no trace of the approaching dreadnought. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the Krillian vessel," her communications officer reported. "It's directed at world leaders, demanding the immediate surrender of Earth's government. Chen watched as Zephyx appeared on screens around the world once more. Humans of Earth, your time grows short. In 12 hours, your leaders will board our vessel and formally surrender your world to the Krillian Empire. Any delay will result in the destruction of your major cities as an example to other species who might consider resistance. This time, Chen was ready with a different kind of response. "Open a channel," she ordered. "It's time to show our hand." When the channel opened, she was joined by Admiral Webb and Dr. Vasquez. The 3 senior officers of Project Defiance faced the alien commander together. "Overlord Zephyx," Chen began, "we tried to warn you. Humanity does not submit. We never have, and we never will. Your ultimatum ends now." The alien's chitinous features twisted in anger. "Your primitive bluster grows tiresome. You have no choice but to surrender. Our weapons can reduce your cities to ash within minutes, and our weapons can reduce your ship to its component atoms," Admiral Webb replied calmly. "The difference is, we're not barbarians who threaten innocent civilians. We prefer to settle this military commander to military commander." Zephyx. Multiple eyes focused on the screen with renewed intensity. "You continue to claim capabilities you do not possess. Our sensors show no significant military vessels in your system." Dr. Vasquez smiled. "Your sensors are looking for conventional technology. What you can't detect is what makes us dangerous." She gestured to her tablet, sending a coded signal across the solar system, 8 million kilometers away. Commander Tanaka received the activation code. "It's time," she announced to her crew. "Disengage stealth systems. All weapons to active. Status: open all communications channels." The humanity's fury materialized in space like a vengeful god awakening from slumber. Its massive hull gleamed with exotic metals and energy conduits. Weapon arrays that could split planets extended from its flanks. Most impressive of all was its quantum lance, a weapon that could manipulate the fundamental forces of reality itself. Every sensor in the solar system detected the massive vessel's signature as it announced its presence. On the Krillian ship, alarms began blaring as tactical officers struggled to understand what they were seeing. "Commander," the Krillian tactical officer called out. "Massive vessel detected at bearing 27 Mark 4. Energy signatures are unprecedented. I've never seen anything like this." Overlord Zephyx stared at the readings in disbelief. The human vessel was not only larger than his own ship, but its energy output suggested technology that rivaled the Empire's most advanced designs. "How is this possible? Our intelligence indicated these primitives had no significant military capability. Your intelligence was deliberately incomplete." Commander Tanaka's voice cut through the Krillian communications system. "I am Commander Yuki Tanaka of the Earth's Defense Force vessel Humanity's Fury. You came to our home and demanded our submission. Instead, you have our attention. I strongly suggest you withdraw immediately." Zephyx's anger overrode his caution. One ship against the might of the Krillian Empire. You delay the inevitable. All weapons target the human vessel. Show them the price of defiance. The Krillian ship's weapons systems came online, massive energy cannons that had reduced countless worlds to submission. Beams of coherent plasma lanced across space toward the Humanity's Fury. But Commander Tanaka was ready. Through the neural interface, she felt the incoming weapons fire as clearly as if it were aimed at her own body. The human ship moved with impossible grace, its hull rolling and weaving through the barrage like a dancer avoiding raindrops. The quantum drives allowed maneuvers that physics said should be impossible, and the neural interface gave Tanaka reaction times measured in milliseconds rather than seconds. Impressive evasion, Zephyx admitted grudgingly. But you cannot dodge forever. Our weapons will find their mark. You're right, Tanaka replied. I can't dodge forever, but I don't need to. The Humanity's Fury's defensive screens activated, creating a barrier of controlled electromagnetic fields around the ship. The next barrage of alien weapons fire struck the screens and simply vanished, their energy absorbed and redirected into the ship's power systems. Impossible, Zephyx whispered. No species has developed defensive technology of this sophistication. You keep saying that word, Tanaka observed. I don't think it means what you think it means. Now, let me show you what human innovation looks like when properly motivated. The Humanity's Fury's weapon systems came online with a sound like thunder. In the vacuum of space, the Quantum Lance, humanity's most advanced weapon, began charging with power drawn from the ship's revolutionary reactor core. Energy readings climbed to levels that made the Krillian sensors scream warnings. All vessels, this is Captain Chen of Earth Defense Command, came the transmission from the planet's surface. You are witnessing the result of 15 years of human preparation. The Krillian Empire made a fundamental error in judgment. You assumed we were defenseless because we were unknown. In reality, we were unknown because we were preparing. The Quantum Lance fired. The beam that emerged from the Humanity's Fury was not merely energy or matter, but a controlled manipulation of reality itself. It struck the Krillian vessel's shields and simply negated them, reducing the most advanced defensive technology of the Empire to harmless light. The lance continued through the ship's hull, its quantum field restructuring the alien vessel's molecular bonds. The damage was precise and devastating. The Krillian ship's weapon systems failed, its engines went offline, and its life support systems shut down. Yet the crew remained unharmed, breathing recycled air in emergency quarters. This is a demonstration, Tanaka announced. Your ship is disabled, not destroyed. Your crew lives because we choose to show mercy. But make no mistake, Overlord Zephyx, we could have reduced your vessel to its component atoms without effort. The Krillian commander found himself staring at readings that defied comprehension. His mighty warship, the terror of a dozen star systems, had been reduced to a helpless hulk by a single shot from the human vessel. For the first time in his military career, he felt fear. How? He asked, his voice barely above a whisper. 15 years ago, we detected the first signs of alien activity in our region of space, Captain Chen explained from Earth. We realized that first contact might not be peaceful, so we prepared. We built this ship in secret, developed technologies that would give us a fighting chance, and trained our finest officers to use them. The neural interface technology alone represents a breakthrough that no other species has achieved, Dr. Vasquez added. Our pilots don't just control their ships, they become their ships. The reaction times and maneuverability you witnessed are the result of human consciousness merged with quantum computing systems. Admiral Webb stepped forward. The Krillian Empire has a choice to make. You can withdraw from our system now, repair your ship, and report to your superiors that Earth is not a suitable target for conquest. Or you can escalate this conflict, in which case the Humanity's Fury will demonstrate capabilities that make today's display look like a gentle warning. Overlord Zephyx found himself in an impossible position. His ship was disabled, his crew was at the mercy of the humans, and his entire understanding of galactic military hierarchy had been shattered. These supposedly primitive humans had developed technology that surpassed the Empire's finest achievements. "You offer terms?" he asked, his voice carrying a note of desperation. "We offer a choice," Chen replied. "Leave our system in peace, and we'll repair your ship enough to reach your nearest base. Continue to threaten our world, and we'll demonstrate why humanity has survived every challenge our world has thrown at us." The Krillian commander considered his options. His military training told him to fight to the death, but his tactical mind recognized a hopeless situation. The human vessel could destroy his ship at will, and its capabilities suggested that even a full Imperial fleet might not be sufficient to conquer Earth. "I accept your terms," he said finally. "The Krillian Empire will withdraw from this system. But know this, humans, word of your capabilities will spread throughout the galaxy. You have made enemies this day, and we've made a statement." Commander Tanaka replied, "Earth is not a world to be conquered. We are humanity, and we do not bow to anyone." The Humanity's Fury used its tractor beams to stabilize the damaged Krillian vessel, while repair drones restored basic life support and propulsion systems. Within hours, the alien ship was limping away from Earth, carrying word of humanity's unexpected strength to the stars. As the crisis ended, celebrations erupted across Earth. The secret of Project Defiance was revealed to the world, and humanity learned that they were not alone in the universe, but they were not helpless either. The Humanity's Fury returned to its hidden base, its crew hailed as heroes who had saved their species from conquest. But Captain Chen knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy now knew that Earth existed and that humanity possessed advanced military capabilities. Some species would seek alliance, others would view them as a threat to be eliminated. The future would bring new challenges, new enemies, and new opportunities. In her command center, Chen watched the stars and smiled. Humanity had passed its first test as a spacefaring species. They had refused to bow, refused to submit, and proven themselves worthy of their place among the stars. Whatever came next, they would face it with the same determination that had built the Humanity's Fury. The galaxy had wanted Earth's submission. Instead, they had gotten humanity's attention, and for a species that had climbed from caves to starships in mere millennia, that attention would prove to be a force that would reshape the cosmos itself. The message was clear. Earth would not bow, humanity would not yield, and any species that threatened their home would learn why humans had conquered their own world before reaching for the stars. The age of human expansion had begun.